You know, considering we have a cost of living crisis here in the UK, and it's all down to the politicians, by the way, and it's a good example of bad housekeeping. And housekeeping is like common sense. Say if you have a family and you have no food, your house needs repairs, the last thing you would do is give money to someone else. I mean, it goes without saying, doesn't it? It's common sense. Now, Great Britain is falling apart. Our healthcare, the NHS is on its knees. Public services are good for nothing. They are quite literally no good for man or beast. And our infrastructure here simply can't support our growing population, and that doesn't help when we have a migrant population coming over both legally and illegally in their masses. We can't support them, we can't support us. And I haven't even mentioned the education system, huge class sizes. Our criminal justice system is crumbling, and I worked in the criminal justice system for 11 years, and take it from me, it is quite literally buckling under pressure. And the state of our roads, I don't think I have driven on a road in the UK that doesn't have a series of potholes. It's a mess. The country is a mess. We need to fix us before we fix anyone else. So I don't understand this. In fact, I do understand it. It's virtue signalling why MPs spend, and as of last year, £12.8 billion of British taxpayers' money on foreign aid. And it's even shocking when you find out that 29% of that money was spent in the UK to meet the cost of hosting refugees. I mean, my God. And so Lord David Cameron, as he's now known as, he is the Secretary of State for Foreign Affairs. He was bizarrely put there a few weeks ago by Rishi Sunak. Of course, we now know that David Cameron's legacy is Brexit. He gave it to the people to vote, and he was so confident that we'd vote to remain. And the whole purpose of asking the people and finally doing the Brexit votes was to get rid of Nigel Farage and the threat of UKIP, but it didn't work, did it? And with that, he resigned on the spot that morning when the country voted to Brexit. And so, since then, nobody heard a peep from him, until a few weeks ago when Rishi Sunak, our unelected Prime Minister, installed like a toilet into Downing Street by the banks, decided to pluck David Cameron from obscurity, make him a lord, and then made him Secretary of State for Foreign Affairs. Bizarre, isn't it? It gets you thinking. Because if I was a member of Rishi Sunak's cabinet or a member of the Conservative Party, I would think, well, hang on, haven't we got any talented MPs, or doesn't he trust any of us to be Secretary of State of Foreign Affairs? What the hell's going on? Why pick this guy who's been in self-exile for years? And so now David Cameron, or Lord David Cameron, has put in a tweet yesterday morning that the UK has now pledged 60 million of taxpayers' money at COP28 to help repair the loss and damage caused by events such as floods and crop failure. End quote. And that's just even more British taxpayers' money that could be better spent in this country to help us, so that in the future maybe we could be in a far better standing to help anyone else. That's my logic. I mean, put your own house in order first. That's how the saying goes, isn't it? And it infuriates me that an unelected Prime Minister can do this and not put it to the vote and don't ask the people. After all, it's our money. We didn't vote for Rishi Sunak to be where he is. And it's quite clear he doesn't have the interest of the British people to heart. The guy is working for the banks and possibly somebody else. And as for David Cameron, he famously once said that he's a centrist. Well, if he's a centrist, then I am a fully fledged wokey-cokey myself, because no way, the guy is a leftist through and through. And they all are. They're all masquerading as Tories in order to push their woke garbage agendas like net zero, tackling alleged climate change. They're climate alarmists and political correctness while ignoring the needs of the people of this country. And there we go. That's what I think. If you agree with what I say, please subscribe to my channel and share my stuff everywhere. This is very important. And there we go. Until the next time, Roger Trout.